What's up, everybody? Welcome back. In this video, I've decided to do a book series for you guys. We're going to go ahead and start this up and get this going. We're going to be going through the book called Managing Oneself by Peter F. Drucker. As far as what I know this book is about, it's about making yourself better, really taking a look at yourself and looking inside yourself and really figuring out who you are and what you want to become and how you're going to do it and what you're going to do to get to that place, to become that person that you want to be. On another note, I guess this booklet was done by Harvard Business Review. They put booklets together just to make the information more compartmentalized and just easier to understand as far as I know. But yeah, this is the book itself, just Managing Oneself by Peter F. Drucker. The other thing that I'm aiming at too is that I think towards the end of each part that we read in this booklet, I just want to hear from you guys. I want to expand on each part as we go through it and, engage with me in the comments and let's start a discussion in each video that we do while we're going through this book. So I don't know, I'm excited to read it. I haven't read this yet, and I think that this will be a good read, and I think that this will be good for the channel as well. Can never go wrong with an Ace of Diamonds card for a bookmark. All right, guys, let's get this going. Okay, so without further ado, we'll go ahead and dive into Managing Oneself by Peter F. Drucker. We will go ahead and read a little bit about the Harvard Business Review. The Harvard Business Review Classics Series. Since 1922, Harvard Business Review has been a leading source of breakthrough ideas in management practice, many of which still speak to and influence us today. The HBR Classics series now offers you the opportunity to make these seminal pieces a part of your permanent management library. Each volume contains a groundbreaking idea that has shaped best practices and inspired countless managers around the world, and will change how you think about the business world today. So I guess that's what Harvard Business Review Classics is all about. All right, Managing One's Self. History's greatest achievers, a Napoleon, a Da Vinci, a Mozart, have always managed themselves. That, in large measure, is what makes them great achievers. But they are rare exceptions, so unusual both in their talents and their accomplishments as to be considered outside the boundaries of ordinary human existence. Now, most of us, even those of us with modest endowments, will have to learn to manage ourselves. We will have to learn to develop ourselves. We will have to place ourselves where we can make the greatest contribution. We will have to stay mentally alert and engaged during a 50-year working life, which means knowing how and when to change the work we do. I feel like I just got the biggest fire hydrant, hose of water of life advice I could get about occupational themes and things like that, your occupation for your life. So I know that didn't seem like much, but it was, just a short description about, what you're going to do for your working life. And I mean, that's so true. A majority of us are looking at 50 years. We're probably, for myself, I'm already 20 years in to my own working life, but man, I don't know. I think that's interesting. For most of our lives, we're actually working that amount of time, 50 to 60 years before we can, quote unquote, retire. Let me know down in the comments below, what your thoughts are as far as your occupation goes. Figuring out what you want to do with your life as far as your occupation or your career goes. So just, I guess, to expand on that a little bit, I mean, could you, okay, so just picture this for a second. Like, could you imagine working at McDonald's for 50 years? Could you imagine working at that job for that length amount of time? I almost feel like it's damn near impossible, dude. You know, and I'm just saying this because I feel like throughout most of our lives, this is something I've noticed and something that I've learned too. We're looking for something that we can do in our lives that really benefits us because we know ourselves that well, or at least we're getting to know ourselves that well. I mean, a lot of people don't like the jobs that they work. They flat out don't. They don't like the careers that they have, and they would, you know, we're living in this monotony of just doing the things that we don't want to do with our lives, and we feel like we're called to something better and greater, you know. And sadly, that's true for most of today's society. A lot of the people that are doing the things that they are not doing the things that they want to do. They would rather be working towards or doing something that they love to do that gives them energy, fills up their cup, you know, and we're just not doing that. And I think that that's the way the system's set up. The system's set up that way to destroy us, you know? It really destroys our creativity, and it destroys that aspiration for doing what we were put here to do on this earth. I really think that if everybody, men and women, were doing the things that they longed to do, that they wanted to do since they were just a child, and they could quote unquote make it into a job. But if you never, what's that old quote? If you never work if you do what you love, you never work a day in your life. And that's really what I'm getting at, you guys. Like, think about that, and I want to leave you with that. If you do what you love, you never work a day in your life. And I truly believe that this world would be such a better place if everybody was doing that instead of what we're doing right now. So, all right. I'll see you guys in the next one.